Thank you for joining us today, Maya. It's an honor to speak with you. Let's start with a simple yet profound question. What does it mean to you to be a rainbow in someone's cloud?
Thank you for having me. To be a rainbow in someone's cloud is to offer hope and joy amid despair. Life can be heavy, and we all know someone who struggles. My heart urges us to reach out, to be that glimmer of color that breaks through the gray. It's a reminder that even in our darkest moments, we can share light.
That's beautifully said. Speaking of struggles, you've often said, we may encounter many defeats, but we must not be defeated. How do you maintain that resilience?
Resilience is fundamental. Life will undoubtedly present us with challenges, but it's our response that defines us. I believe in the power of perseverance. We must honor our defeats, learn from them, and rise again. Each setback is a stepping stone to a greater understanding and strength.
In your journey of creativity, how important is time? You once said, all great achievements require time. Can you elaborate on that?
Yes. Time is an essential ingredient in the recipe of creativity. Rushing through the process often leads to superficial results. True artistry and achievement blossom when we allow ourselves the patience to nurture our ideas. It's in the quiet moments, reflection, and the slow, deliberate crafting of our work that we find depth and authenticity.
As we grow older, many of us reflect on our past. You've stated, I have great respect for the past. If you don't know where you've come from, you don't know where you're going. How does this perspective influence your work today?
Our past is a rich tapestry woven with experiences, lessons, and stories. It informs who we are and shapes our path forward. I respect my history as it has been a teacher. However, I'm also a person of the moment. I strive to be centered in the present while acknowledging my roots. This balance allows me to write authentically about the human experience.
You've spoken about the importance of telling our stories, saying, bearing no greater agony than bearing an untold story inside you. Why do you think it's so crucial for people to share their narratives?
Stories are the lifeblood of humanity. They connect us, heal us, and give voice to our struggles and triumphs. When we share our stories, we validate our experiences and those of others. It fosters empathy and understanding. Untold stories can fester within us, but expressing them can liberate our souls.
Let's discuss love. You once said, love recognizes no barriers. In your experience, how does love transcend obstacles?
Love is a powerful force in me that has the ability to reach worlds, heroes, and inspire change. When we embrace love, it invites us to see beyond differences, be they cultural, racial, or social. It reminds us that at our core, we are all connected. Love carries hope and a promise of unity, and that is why it is so transformative.
As a creative, how do you tackle blocks or moments of doubt in your work? You mentioned nothing will work unless you do.
The act of creation demands dedication. When I face blocks, I remind myself that action is key. Even if I feel uninspired, often the mere act of putting pen to paper can shake loose the creativity residing within. It's about stirring the pot, allowing ideas to flow, and remaining disciplined in the craft.
As we discuss aging and creativity, do you feel that growing older enhances your artistic expression?
Absolutely. With age comes wisdom, and with wisdom, a deeper understanding of life's complexities. Each wrinkle tells a story, and every experience adds layers to my perspective. I cherish the gift of growing older. I can draw from a richer well of experiences to inform my poetry and creativity. Life is a journey, and I intend to thrive in every phase of it with passion, compassion, and style.
Diving deeper into the themes of aging and race, how has your understanding of race evolved as you've grown older?
As I age, I've come to understand that race is not merely a social construct. It is an experience that shapes every aspect of our lives. I have lived through times of profound racial struggle and transformation, and each moment has taught me something valuable about resilience and identity. With every passing year, I've learned that the fight for racial justice is intertwined with the fight for human dignity. We cannot be free until everyone is free, and this truth becomes clearer as I reflect on the interconnectedness of our struggles.
You face significant challenges as a Black woman in America. How do you feel these experiences have influenced your creativity and your role as a voice for marginalized communities?
My experiences have been both a burden and a blessing. They have fueled my passion to write and speak out. I often say prejudice is a burden that confuses the past, threatens the future, and blurs the present inaccessible. My poetry is a reflection of that. It is my way of confronting the burdens of prejudice while also celebrating the beauty of our shared humanity. I feel a profound responsibility to amplify voices that have been silenced and to share stories that need to be told.
With your rich history in civil rights activism, how do you balance the urgency of activism with the patience that comes with aging?
That is a delicate balance. Aging has taught me the importance of strategic patience. Activism is vital, but it requires sustained effort over time. I believe in the power of patience to effect change. All great achievements require time. I remind myself that while we must act urgently against injustice, we must also be willing to invest the time it takes to see the fruits of our labor. Each generation carries the torch, and we must nurture the flame while we pass it on.
You often speak about the importance of community. As you grow older, how do you see your role within the community, especially with younger generations?
I see my role as a mentor and a guide. The younger generations are the future, and they have the power to shape the world in ways we can only dream of. I have a deep respect for the past, but I also recognize that I am here to support and uplift the youth. As I age, I strive to share my stories, wisdom, and lessons, hoping they can help illuminate their paths. Love recognizes no barriers, and it is through this love that we can build a more equitable society together.
In your journey, what advice would you give to younger activists who are navigating the complexities of race and identity?
I would tell them to stay true to themselves and to their cause. If you don't like something, change it. If you can't change it, change your attitude. Activism can be daunting. There will be moments of deep frustration. But remember that every small action contributes to the larger movement. Your voice is powerful, use it wisely, and don't forget to listen. Every story is important, and every perspective matters.
As you reflect on your life, what legacy do you hope to leave regarding race and the fight for equality?
I hope my legacy is one of courage and compassion. I want to be remembered as someone who fought for justice and who sought to uplift others. Love is like a virus. It can happen to anybody at any time. I will spread that love. Love for humanity, love for justice, and love for the stories that connect us. I hope future generations will carry this message forward and continue the work, understanding that it is a collective journey toward freedom and dignity for all.
Thank you, Maya. Your insights are invaluable, and your dedication to truth and justice is inspiring. It has been a privilege to hear your thoughts on aging, race, and creativity.
Thank you for creating a space for dialogue. Remember, our stories are powerful tools for change. Let us never shy away from sharing them.
Your emphasis on storytelling is so powerful. You once said, "You are the sum total of everything you've ever seen, heard, eaten, smelled, been told. For God, it's all there." How does this idea shape your understanding of identity, particularly in relation to race?
This quote encapsulates the essence of who we are. Our identities are mosaic creations formed from the experiences we encounter throughout our lives. As a black woman, my identity is deeply influenced by the collective history of my ancestors, as well as my own personal journey. I carry their stories with me, and they shape my perspective on race and humanity. Understanding that we are all shaped by our experiences invites us to embrace both the beauty and the pain of our histories.
As you reflect on the fight against racial injustice, what do you believe is the most important lesson for younger activists today? I would say that when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. It's vital for young activists to recognize patterns and to be discerning about the motivations of those around them. This wisdom applies to allies and adversaries alike. Understanding the truth of a situation allows you to navigate the landscape of activism more effectively. Trust your intuition. And remember that often requires both courage and discernment.
You've mentioned that nothing will work unless you do. How can young activists embody this principle in their work?
Young activists must be prepared to put in the work. Change does not come from wishful thinking. It requires action, perseverance, and dedication. All great achievements require time. They should be willing to roll up their sleeves, engage with their communities, and be actively involved in the fight for justice. Every small act of kindness, every moment spent educating themselves and others, contributes to the larger movement. Embrace the process and understand that every step forward, no matter how small, is significant.
As you age, how do you find hope and motivation in the face of ongoing racial challenges?
Hope is a powerful force. I often reflect on my mission. My mission in life is not merely to survive, but thrive, and to do so with some passion, some compassion, some humor, and some style. It's important to thrive, even amid adversity. I draw strength from the knowledge that I am part of a larger tapestry of those who have fought and sacrificed for justice. I find hope in the youth who are passionate and driven. Their energy fuels my own.
You've spoken about the burdens of prejudice. How can we work to lift that burden in our communities?
Prejudice is a burden that confuses the past, threatens the future, and renders the present inaccessible. To lift this burden, we must first confront it head-on. This begins with education, understanding the roots of prejudice and actively challenging it in our own lives. We must foster dialogues that promote empathy and understanding, allowing us to see one another as human beings first. Only then can we dismantle the barriers that divide us.
As a mentor to many, what do you wish for the future generations in terms of the understanding of love and community?
I want them to understand that love recognizes no barriers. It is the foundation of any strong community. Love fosters connection, understanding, and ultimately change. I hope they grow to see love not just as an emotion, but as a driving force for action. It is through love that we can bridge gaps, heal wounds, and build a more inclusive society. Encourage one another, support each other, and never forget that we are all part of the same human family.
Your reflections on womanhood are powerful. You once said, "I am grateful to be a woman. I must have done something great in another life." What does this gratitude mean to you as you age and reflect on your journey?
Being a woman is a profound gift. It is often a challenging path, but it is also rich with experience, resilience, and strength. I carry the wisdom of countless women before me, and I honor their struggles and triumphs. With age, I have come to appreciate the unique perspective that comes from being a woman in a world that often tries to diminish our voices. I'm grateful for the opportunity to share my story and inspire others to embrace their own narratives.
You've observed that most people don't grow up. It's too damn difficult. How do you define growth, especially in the context of aging? Growth is about embracing change, facing challenges, and continually evolving. It's not really about accumulating years, it's about gaining insight, compassion, and a deeper understanding of oneself and others. Many people reach adulthood and check off societal boxes, jobs, families, and responsibilities, but they do not delve into the emotional and spiritual growth that life demands. True growth requires courage, and that's what I encourage people to seek.
You also said, don't get older just to get wiser. If you get older, you will be wiser. I believe that, if you dare. But get older because it's fun. How do you maintain that sense of joy as you age?
Aging can be a joyful adventure. I choose to embrace the lifestyle of life. Each year brings new experiences, new laughter, and new connections. I find joy in the simple things, nature, music, and the love of friends and family. The key is to approach life with curiosity and playfulness. If you dare to seek joy, you will find it around every corner.
You've also said, I got my own back. How does this sentiment play into your approach to aging and self-care?
I got my own back is a powerful declaration of self-respect and accountability. As I age, I recognize the importance of nurturing myself, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. It's about taking responsibility for my own happiness and well-being. I remind myself that it's okay to prioritize my needs and to advocate for myself. When I take care of myself, I am better equipped to support others.
In your wisdom, what do you hope future generations will take away regarding the journey of growing older and the responsibilities that come with it?
I hope they will understand that growing old is not just about the passage of time, it's about the richness of experience and the depth of character it can bring. Yes, most people don't grow up, but I encourage them to challenge that notion, embrace growth, seek wisdom, and don't shy away from the difficult aspects of life. Aging should be an opportunity to expand one's horizons, to learn, to love, and to leave a legacy of kindness and strength. Thank you, Maya, for sharing your insights on aging, growth, and the importance of community. Her words continue to resonate deeply.